One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today.
Good afternoon. All right, I'm heading into the office. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I had everything. I think I got everything. Got my bag? Okay, I got everything. And I wanted to talk to you all a little bit about the dreaded biological clock. So I promised this video to a YouTube subscriber who had reached out to me about this. And I wanted to add a little twist to this video because I wanted to propose that what if men had a biological clock? Okay? And what if that clock was a man had to achieve all of his goals and all of his financial success? He had until the age of 40. So what if a man had until the age of 40 to achieve financial success, to achieve all of his goals and all of his dreams? And if he did not do that, if he did not achieve his success by 40, that basically he forfeits success. Like, how might the world be very different if that was the case? Okay, so it wasn't just women that had this timetable. It doesn't just affect women. What if there was a timetable out there that affected men kind of in a similar way? So not necessarily having a baby, because again, a lot of men don't have that biological clock regardless of age. So I put a little twist on it. What if it affected men in a way that they were not able to achieve success or financial riches? I think men can relate to that more than the whole having a baby. So if a man had until 40 or 35, to achieve his goals, to achieve his dreams, I wonder how their lives might be different. Now, here's what we know statistically. Most men don't achieve a level of success until 45. Some of them even 50. Like, they don't really come into their own until they're above the age of 40. And so if there was this proposed biological clock on men, I would be really curious as to how their lives might be different. Okay, but for the ladies, I need you to understand that, as much as you may not want to agree with me, as much as you may not like this conversation, as much as, the feminist dogma and the fertility community and, all these people telling you that, it's not a thing, women are having babies into their 50s, and stop making, what do they say? Stop fear mongering and, stop telling people that. No, the truth is, it is a biological fact that your fertility will run out. And so you can fall for their, lies all you want, but your body is going to tell you the truth. Mother Nature is going to tell you the truth. And then you're going to feel a way like, oh, why didn't nobody tell me this? Yeah, I'm here to tell you. So if you're watching this video right now, whether you're on Instagram, you're on my YouTube channel, you are hearing the truth. Now, what you choose to do with that truth is up to you. But ladies, you need to know, and there's a lot of women, this is so interesting to me, a lot of women in their 20s are now denouncing having children. And, I could be wrong. Maybe you all genuinely know that about yourself already. Maybe you're 25 and you already know that you don't want to have a family. You don't want to have any babies of your own. Hey, I could be wrong, but here's what I am going to say after 56 years of life. You ain't lived long enough to make that decision. You have not experienced life long enough to make that decision. And we're seeing a lot of women, late 30s, early 40s, that are just choosing to have a baby on their own. So that's why I tell younger women, it's important that you prioritize marriage by the age of 25. So this whole idea that, oh, you got all these years, you got all this time to do whatever it is you want to do, and you're 25, ain't nobody selling down at 25. No, it's going to take you a minute. Can I be honest? It might actually take you a minute to find a good husband. So get started early. Stop dating a bunch of men who would not make a good husband. Stop dating men who would not make good fathers. Like, you need to cut that out and cut that down. Because even if you start at 25, it may take you a little while to find a man that's a good fit, that would be a good provider, a good protector, a good husband, a good father. But y'all starting at 35. like that don't make no sense. At 35 years old, you have lost 90%. You've lost 90% of the eggs that you're ever going to have in your whole life. So the last thing you want to do is do that. And then now, because you know you behind the gun, you make bad decisions. You make really bad decisions in choosing the men you're going to have kids by or you're going to get married to. Start young. Start at 25. Take your time. Y'all, my straw is broken. Let me see if I got another one. And use all the vetting skills and the tools that I teach you. Okay? And vet wisely. Choose wisely. But really, you need to start at 25. I don't know who is telling you that you are young, you too young to be somebody's mama at 35 or 40. I mean, it's crazy. You got 37-year-old women out here talking about, I'm too young. What? You 37. I'm too young to be somebody's mother. No, you're not. And honestly, you ain't too young at 25. If you ask me, I think people need to get married younger and have families younger. I think people need to grow up. We are in this sick cycle of extended adolescence where people feel like they need to live at home until they're 30, and then they need to try to get out on their own and do that for 5 years. And then at 35, they need to possibly try to find a forever mate and try to have a family. And then by 40, no, that's too old. That's too old. Okay? Because here's what's not going to change. See, this is what y'all don't want to come to terms with. What ain't going to change, regardless of what year it is Mother Nature. Mother Nature don't give a damn if it's 2024. Okay? Your biological clock don't care that it's 2024 and, 25 is so young. No, it's not. It really isn't. 100 years ago, people were married with 2 kids by 25. So it really isn't. It really isn't. This technological age has you believing that you should be younger than you actually are. And I don't even know why that is. Because to me, the people look older. That's what I don't understand. Gen Z and millennials, like, can I keep it 100? Like, y'all are aging with the quickness. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if it's the food, if it's the water is different. Something is different. You got Gen Z women looking my age. You're like, what? Something is going on. So no. And if that's the case, then act as old as you look, because y'all look old. Okay, y'all look old. But this idea that you look old, but you want to believe you 17, that's ridiculous to me. That don't make no sense. Like, no, 25 is a full-blown adult. 21 is a legal adult. 18 is a legal adult. 18 is a legal adult. Okay? So this whole idea that, I can't, I'm not really ready until I'm 30, 35, 40. I'm like, 40 is midlife. Can I be honest? You are midlife at 40. Okay? Yeah, a lot of y'all don't want to wake up to that. You are midlife. You are considered midlife at 40. I think the average age of people getting old and dying is like 84 or 85. It's younger for men. So you are at midlife. This idea that you want to wait until you're 40, that's crazy. Or 35, that's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. No. So I just wonder how men's lives would be different if that was their biological clock. Like if they had a cutoff for their success, for their financial success. Like, hey, bro, if you don't make it happen by 40, it ain't gonna happen. I wonder if they would do things differently. I'm just curious. I'm really, really curious about that. But right now, most men don't come into their true success, their true financial, like most successful time until they're 45, 50. And yes, some of those men are dating women who are younger and who have youth and beauty, because that is what, evolutionarily speaking, that's what that's what men want. They want youth and beauty. Okay. And women want resources, like they want safety and security. So ladies, if you've not heard it before, I'm here to tell you now, yes, we have a biological clock. And I want men to empathize. There we go. I want men to empathize with that. I don't see enough empathy around that. I see men playing with women. I see a lot of playing with women. I see a lot of men dating women, moving in and all the things. And they don't have a care in the world. They don't have a care in the world. They're about to waste 5 to 7 years of a woman's life. And the fact that there's no empathy for, hey, I don't have forever. I don't have till I'm 60 or 70 to have a baby. I have to do it within a window. So I really need to know what we're doing. I really need to know what your intention is. So that's why I always tell women, like, please don't expect a man to prioritize that. Because, if I'm being honest, it's not a priority. It's not a priority to him. My dad had a child at 65. Yeah, 64. My dad had a baby at 64. So it's not their priority. You want the man to understand, the timeline, and me just like, I'm going to be just fine. And think about it. Most men don't have a strong, biological response, to having a child. So there's no like thing inside of them, oh, I got to have a kid. No, that's not a thing. So you've got to prioritize it for yourself. Don't waste your own time. You've got to have healthy timelines, and you've got to express them to the men in your life. Stop just letting men do whatever and, do whatever. Because like I said, they don't have the timeline that you do. But it shocks me. It shocks me that there are 30, 40-year-old women who never got this talk. They never got the biological clock talk. But now you have it. Now you have it. By the time you're 40, you have 1%. The average woman has 1% of the eggs that she was born with. So now we're seeing a rise in women, harvesting their eggs in their 20s and maybe their early 30s. They're harvesting their eggs and they're freezing their eggs and doing such, Okay. And so that's a whole thing. But again, to me, it's all a gamble. It's just a gamble that you're taking. Because even if you try to take those eggs and fertilize them and put them in you at 40, it doesn't mean that it's going to work. Like, you're still taking a chance. You're still taking a chance. A lot of these fertility treatments are not guaranteed. I have several couples right now that I work with that are doing fertility treatment. And they said it too, like, we are taking a chance. Yeah, you are, because you're older and we just don't know what's going to happen. So I hope the ladies are paying attention, because, again, it has to be your priority. If there's any part of you that may want to have a biological child, like, you have got to prioritize marriage, and you've got to prioritize, having that child before it gets dangerous or it gets tricky, or, you don't have the eggs in which to do so. But I have several single clients right now who are like, yeah, I think I want to have a baby. I'm like, you're 35, you're 38. Like, what? Like, it's not a I think or I don't. It's you have to decide. Like, and you're going to have to go in that direction. I have a couple of clients that are actually, and y'all can tell me how y'all feel about this. So they're actually going to choose someone. They're going to choose a family friend, or they're going to choose someone in which to have a baby with, and they're going to give that person the option, like if they want to be in the child's life or not. And so, like I always tell y'all, I'm torn. I'm torn about single women, just having children on their own. There's a part of me that kind of, it empathizes, it understands where women are coming from, but then there's the other part of me that's like, oh, would I have willfully done this? The answer is no. So, yeah. So something to think about. I want y'all to, I want the ladies to think about it. And I know you're 21, you're 22. My daughter's 21. She's not thinking about having any kids right now. That's not even a thought in her head. However, when I talk with her in general about the idea of it, she's like, yeah, I think I want to be a mom. I'm like, okay, 25. You got till 25, and then you've got to start looking for a husband. And so these guys that you're dating in college, like, okay, I hope this was a fun experience, because you've got to start looking at potential suitors differently. You can't look at them based on fun. You can't look at them based on height. You can't look at them based on, whatever dumb standard, oh, he has a beard, or oh, he has, okay, that does not signal he's going to be a good father. That does not signal he's going to be a good husband. You have to look for qualities that says this person's going to be a good father. This person's going to be a good husband. Okay? And a lot of you all are not doing that. You're going off of vibes and sexiness. And there's tons of men. Let's be honest here. There are tons of men that fit that description. And they probably have fathered most of the children we see out here. They got a beard, it's vibes, they sexy, that does not qualify a man to be a good father or a good husband. So please choose wisely. She says, what are the qualities? I actually just, I uploaded a video to YouTube about what do quality, emotionally healthy women want. And I listed in detail in that video what those women want. And I had notes about it. So please watch that video. I will go to YouTube and watch that video. And then I